Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Daria Fetko from Ukraine. She's the founder and CEO of Behaviour, an AR company. It's called WebAR Studio. I've been doing amazing work for the last four and a half years, and a beautiful lady to give you really business insights from the high-tech industry, which falls under the deep tech. Certainly, it's a part of augmented reality, virtual reality. Certainly, we call it as extended reality with a mixture of couple of MR. So we'll get to know the real insights from this beauty. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let me start. I will share my screen. That was an amazing introduction, really, like a real TV show or something. Thank you. Okay, so, it says I'm not able to share it.
You will be able to do it.
Can you check it out again, please?
You will be able to do it now.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Just a second. So I'm sharing. Okay, here we go. So today we're here to talk about like a bit of AR, a bit of VR and mixed reality. What is it like in general and its value for specific business industries or just for business in general. So my name is Daria and I'm a CEO of WebAR Studio. I've started this company 4 years ago, actually in early 2016. I'm a biggest fan of AR and I'm enthusiastic about VR technology. My company is my big passion, my love, my joy, and I spend all my time and resources in this company. So at the moment, we are in the top 10 best AR, VR developers worldwide. And I have my team who are super talented and passionate about this technology. And we found a niche, we found a field where we feel comfortable to work is using these technologies for solving specific business problems. We're not building some games or entertainment things, but entertainment could also be the business case, right? But still, we love to find some specific challenge or pain point in one company or in industry, and then to be creative, to do the ideation and to develop the solution with AR or VR technology that will solve this pain point. So this is like a bit about my company, some numbers, some projects, and so on. But the most important thing will be a little further. So as far as I have around 20 to 30 minutes, the presentation is not too big, but still it has a few use cases, and it also has a few slides with the trends on the market and also with the values for the business. So today we're going to talk about what is real. And I guess that most of you have seen the Matrix film in early 1999s. And there was a quote like, what do you think is real? If you think that this is something you can feel, you can smell, taste, and see, then it's just the electrical signal to your brain, which is interpreted like reality. And today, the reality can be simulated with VR, MR, and AR, and all Rs in this family. Totally, all these signals, feeling, smelling, tasting, and especially seeing through the eyes, it can be simulated with these technologies, and this is something amazing. You can just imagine how many possibilities are around this technology with this simulation. So let's go. For those who are like on the early stage of knowing what is AR and VR, the first one is AR. Usually this technology is used through the smartphone. And we overlay some digital content on top of the real world. So we have a camera and we have a digital content and we have a picture on the screen. Then we have a VR technology, virtual reality. This is when you put on the glasses and use totally immersed with a 360 environment in a digital world. And we have mixed reality. This is kind of golden mean between AR and VR. When you are in the glasses, but still you can see the reality, you can see through the transparent glasses, the real world, and still you can interact with the digital content in 3D. Your hands are free, you can see with your eyes, and you can also hear the sound shower through these glasses as well. So these three are the main like three players on the market of extended reality. And mostly it depends on the hardware for sure, because you can see that it totally depends on the hardware. So let's go further. Today we're talking about the value of this technology for the business, and as far as we work specifically with the different business solutions, I tried to like to take a focus on the business side here and what we do. So here are a few like main let's say values from my point of view, from my perspective, of these technologies for the businesses and for the industries we work with. We work with marketing and sales departments in the big brands and corporates. We work with the training departments. We work with the maritime and oil and gas industries. So like it's totally different from company to company, but still the value of technology is still the same, but you can use it from different angles when you have a specific goal. So when it comes to augmented reality, it is massive and it is compatible. What does it mean? Massive, I mean like it is the most adapted technology on the market. All of us have smartphones, sorry. So like it is totally compatible with all the smartphones, absolutely all the smartphones. And you can interact with the user and his environment through the smartphone with augmented reality. This is the advantage of this technology. You doesn't have to have specific hardware for it because you already have your smartphone. Then it interacts with the user space. What does it mean, user space? It is literally everything. It could be your house, your office, your working place, your everyday routine spaces you work with. It could be your favorite shopping mall. It could be your even a packaging of your milk or any other product you like. So you can interact with this real environment through augmented reality every day on different bases. Also, it engages users a lot because like all of us spend a lot of time through the smartphones these days. And when you have this integrated AR activations through your smartphone, it grabs your attention, and it grabs a lot. Based on the recent studies, the average advertising materials like billboards or the advertising campaigns on the TV, for example, they usually grab the attention for 6 seconds, but the augmented and virtual reality grabs attention starting from 1 minute and more. So you can imagine what does it mean for the marketing and for the sales departments of the brands and corporates. Also, it boosts sales. It really boosts sales because, as I said before, you can interact with the product and you can make this connection between the user and product so much more engaging and so much more true, because this is something that already integrated into your everyday routine, and then you plus to it the content, the immersive content, and something personal for each user, and it works. And also it is kind of additional channel for communication with the customers, with the end users. Like all the agencies, all the brands and companies, they're using some specific challenge and channels for communication for the last like 10 or 20 years. It is like basic things: TV, radio, out of home advertisement, social media, and so on. And augmented reality is a new channel for communication. It is still fresh, it is immersive, and it works for marketing and sales so much. So this is like the value for the business from the augmented reality side. I'm not talking in details about the technology itself or hardware or software. I try to keep it general, so it will be applicable for most of the industries and verticals. But still, we can add here a lot of other things. So let's go to the virtual reality. VR, from my perspective, is great when it comes to the environments. You can put your user in any immersive environment that you want, and this environment will be totally safe. Your user, your customer can feel absolutely safe, and he or she can live this story through. And then we come to the second point: the storytelling becomes story living. And this is something mind-blowing, really, because All the advertising campaigns or communication campaigns, everything before VR was about storytelling. You tell the story and you are inviting people to look at this story. But with the virtual reality, you can invite people to live this story through. They can become a part of this story. And this is something amazing about it, because you can imagine what connection you can build with this technology when the person is inside of your story.
Super.
I
Daria,
think
could
so.
you please allow
Yeah.
people to join? There are a lot of people who are texting me. They're maybe waiting in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see, how can I do this?
It's in your waiting room. You are host now, so you can see it in your participants list.
Okay.
Could you please allow?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Just
I'm
allow.
doing it for the first time. I have never been a host in here. Oh, so many people are waiting.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should have told me earlier.
It's okay.
And I was talking and talking and talking. Okay, everybody here, I guess.
Pasiva.
My pleasure.
Yeah, please continue.
Okay, let's go next. So the next point is that any simulation is real. Anything you build in virtual reality, and when a person puts on the VR glasses, the brain gets to believe it like in a few seconds. And any simulation you build, any story you build in virtual reality, it seems so real to the person. So you can use this instrument in a specific ways to train, to educate, to make the learning process much more faster. And this is the next point, because based on the recent studies, the learning in virtual reality is much more effective and faster in terms of different metrics, and especially when it comes to the professional training and professional education. For sure, it's a great concept and idea to use virtual reality in schools and universities, but still it's more affordable for the big business to use it at the moment, and I believe that in few years from now it will be more affordable even for schools and universities to use it. And the last but not the least point is behavior tracking. In virtual reality, your brain believes the simulation and you feel safe, and then you start to behave in a safe way, let's say. So we can grab all the data, all the analytics due to the user experience, due to the user behavior. We can grab this data and we can analyze it, and this is something so precious about virtual reality, because data is everything, and based on this data we can build next simulations more effective, more productive. And like, you, if you will google like statistics or effectiveness of AR or VR or something, you wouldn't find so much like numbers or articles on this topic, because there is not so much data on it. And in virtual reality we can grab this data and we can analyze it and we can use it for further developments, and this is that really amazed me so much. And
Yes.
actually we work on it and we created this analyzes algorithms that understands and analyze the user behavior. Sorry for so many words of analyze.
Yes. Yes. Agreed.
And a mixed reality. As I said before, this is like a golden mean between augmented and virtual reality. The most like biggest advantage for from my perspective is that it has the natural UX, user experience. In augmented reality, you experience it through the smartphone. In virtual reality, you experience through the glasses, and you are totally disconnected from the real world. But in mixed reality, you are experiencing it through the glasses, but you are still connected to the real world, and you can control it, this experience, through your voice, through your gestures, through your gaze. And this is something amazing, really, because you have your free hands, you can work, and you can combine it with a digital experience. And also you still feel this touch of reality. You would not fall down because you're disconnected. You still see the reality, and this is precious about mixed reality. Also, it has a huge range of possible interactions with the real world, because usually like smart glasses with a mixed reality like HoloLens, it scans the environment. It totally understands the environment and it could interact with it. And we even worked on the project with the HoloLens glasses for blind people. And we used these sensors and cameras to understand the environment and then to navigate a blind person through it with the special sound. This is also like another angle of this technology. It could sound ridiculous because, you know, like use the glasses for the blind people, but still when you have these sensors and understanding of the environment and you have a sound, then you can already do something. And also mixed reality is perfect for both training and working. And as I said, training, you can still simulate anything and you can still be in the real environment. And for working, it's good because your hands are free. And a lot of manufacturing workers, they use mixed reality because it's so natural for them. They're like in just in regular glasses, a little bit heavier, but still, and their hands are free and they can work with it and they can see the specific additional information or repair information or troubleshooting or something like that. So here again, we can add a lot of additional information and the values and advantages, but I try to keep it like general. So next I have a few cases for each augmented, virtual, and mixed reality. Each of these cases we developed in WebAR Studio, and I just want you to see the result of it, and I will also share a few details on each case. So let's go. The first one is Oko. This is a gas station chain in Ukraine, one of the biggest. And their problem was that, sorry. Okay, so Oko is our client, and they came to us with the problem that they have a lack of sales of the coffee and different beverages and different foods, because they have the gas station and people only come, buy the gas, and they leave, but they are not spending time at the gas station. And they wanted to increase this time of staying and also the sales of these products. So we created this activation before the Christmas. It was like five concepts of the coffee mugs on with the character on top of each cup. And from the user perspective, this is something fun and engaging, and you can sing together with these characters and you can get the collection. But from the business side, this is something that works with the numbers, because we had the data tracking and analyzing. We had the exact numbers of the users, and we know that we increased the time of staying at the gas station from 7 minutes on average up to 20 minutes. And talking with the client after this campaign, we understood that we increased sales for more than 20%. And this is something like incredible, really, because technology is still quite early stage and it's not adapted on the market so much, especially in Ukraine. In some regions, in some small cities, it's still like shocking content, but still it worked. And we already had the second activation this year as well. Then you can sing the karaoke together with these characters. And we also integrated with the loyalty system of this brand. A lot of brands, they already have their applications and their loyalty programs. And it's great when you can integrate AR module into existing instruments. Then it will work more effective and you will see the productive result. I will share this presentation after the call. So if you would like, you can go through this text description and find more for yourself. Let's go next. The next one is virtual reality. As I said, it is the crane operators training solution. it was the case for real crane operators. The problem is that they have a very high number of different accidents, even death accidents at the workplaces, because there are some like high risk professions. And this is a huge problem in the big manufacturing companies and in maritime industries as well.
True.
So yeah, so this solution is for high risk profession workers. In this case, it's for crane operators. So the person can train, can learn, and then start the real work already with the skills and understanding of the workflow and all the risk places, because your brain learn a lot in virtual reality and much more faster than in real life. And it's a safe environment, so you won't hurt yourself or anyone else. So this is how it works. We also had these joysticks, these controls, specifically like in the crane cabin. So that was quite good to have the part of the hardware the same as you will have in real life. If you would have a possibility to have even a little piece of real hardware integrated into your mixed reality or virtual reality simulations, that will be amazing, because it will fulfill this experience. Again, I have a description of this case here, so you can go through it in more details. And let's go next. This is a mixed reality. This is a digital twin of a vessel, let's say like a copy, like a replica of a real ship. And we parsed the data from this ship and showcased it on top of it. So for example, a captain or a member of a crew, they can put on the glasses and they can see the real state of the ship in real time. They can see the errors and warnings in different units of the ship. And they can also see the person who is responsible for it. The great thing is that it is in 3D, and you can work around it, and you can also be in a multiplayer together with some of the other crew members, or you can combine it with the experience and you can share it with other like co-workers or your boss or anyone else. So this digital twin that you've seen here, a video, it's only the troubleshooting experience, but we're also working on the simulation experiences to go through the training and education of the future captains and future crew members who will train their skills in specific operations in mixed reality, being on the real ship. Okay, I guess that due to the cases, that's all, but I have a lot of them and I shared a lot in LinkedIn. So if you will be interested, just go there. I have a lot of information in there. And also, I wanted to emphasize on, if you want to bring the real value to the business with these technologies, you should be ready with the specific process of building these solutions. So the first part is always about analyzing the business you're working with. If you are working with the, for example, let's say some brand with the beverages, you should analyze their target audience, you should analyze their operations and activities on the market at the moment, and you should also detect the challenges and the pain points they have. Usually you can find out in the dialogue when you have the communication and negotiation with the company, with the marketers, with their employees, you can find out what are the pain points. And then you should do the ideation and help them to choose between these ideas what will work better, because usually you know the technology from the inside and your client knows more about their company and the target audience and all the processes. So it's great when you can combine these two expertises in one place and ideate some cool concepts. After that, it's great if you are not going into final development from the first step, but you build something in between, like a small MVP or a small concept or some demo or pilot project. When you can build it in a fast way, like in a few weeks, you can tested on the market, on the focus group, or inside of the company, you can grab this real feedback. You can understand where you should shape it more. Should you add something or replace something or change the content or something like that, you know, like when you understand how the market reacts on your solution, and only then move to the development. And from my perspective, it is very important not only to develop and forget, you know, but you should like put your attention into the first month, especially first month of using this solution. Would it be AR or VR, no matter, because the first month usually is more critical, because you can get so much feedback from the market, and not positive. It could be a positive and negative at the same time, but still, this is the precious time when you can shape your solution in a best way. And then you should just analyze and reshape it again and again and again if the project will go on. So analyzing the data, the user experience, the behavior of people in your solution, the end customers, this is something that really matters for understanding the technology and how effective it is for this specific case. Okay, and here are some trends from the market. I just wanted to share it with you, not stopping on some cases, but on some future steps. What will be the like high topics for the next year? Firstly, this is web-based augmented reality. This is a huge trend on the market at the moment. A lot of companies, they think or they really know that the downloading, installing the application is quite a barrier for the end customers. Not everyone wants to install another app and then delete it in a few days. So WebAR is quite more easier to install. You shouldn't install it, right? You just go on the link and you can already experience it, but it is still like limited in terms of the content and compatibility with the different browsers, but still it's a big trend. Then we got to the Instagram and Facebook filters and campaigning it with the advertising campaigns. This is something that is already working, and a lot of brands are inside of it, and they're using this technology as well as an additional communicational channel. Also, wireless VR hardware. This is also something trending on the market, and all the bigger players on the manufacturing of the VR hardware, they're working on this direction, and they're trying to publish as many glasses wirelessly as possible. But still, there are some cable connected VR glasses which are more productive, and they're using in specific industrial cases. For example, like glasses Vario, the glasses from Finland. They are working only connected through the cable to the computer, because it's quite challenging for them to be wireless. Then the next trend is more sensors, depth understanding, and cameras. And I'm telling about it in all directions. I mean, in augmented and virtual and mixed reality, all the hardware manufacturers, they're trying to add more sensors and more understanding of the user body and the environment itself. So I guess that in the next few years, we will see the updating of all the hardware and adding more sensors and cameras and understanding of the environment. Then try-on feature, it's also going to be one of the biggest trends, because when they add all the sensors and cameras and depth understanding, then we can do this try-on feature, because we will understand the human body, we will understand all the dimensions, and we can already do this try-on in a good way. Location-based AR empowered with 5G. As soon as they launch 5G, you will see a lot of location-based augmented reality, because 5G will cover the locations, the outside world, and it will empower the augmented reality to move much more faster. Also, edge rendering. This is also a huge trend when all the content and all the complex mechanics will be rendered not in the smartphones, but in the clouds or in edge solutions that will help to make it less latency and much more faster and efficient. Ecosystems, this is also like big trend. For example, if you take a look at the Facebook and what an ecosystem they're building around AR and VR, this is something amazing. They have a specific ecosystem around it. They have a software, they have a hardware, they have the communities of developers, they have communities of users and the businesses, and this is how they build it. And I see that it is a huge trend right now in the market, building the ecosystem around the technology or solution or hardware. This is that works. And the last but not the least is usual tracking and analyzing, and data rocks really. When you have even a small augmented reality application, but integrating the data capturing and analyzing, that will bring much more value on the market than you if you would not have it, because you will analyze, you will understand the behavior of your users, you will understand how effective this solution is. It could be small, it could be for a small business case, but it will bring the measurable results. And this is what is precious about it. So I guess at the moment, this is like the most general information I could give you. And I would be happy to answer your questions if you have
Super.
those.
Daria, could you help me
Yeah.
to make me host again? Just click on my icon, my uh,
Okay.
just there will be a option to make me host.
Make host. Yes. Doing it. Okay, you're a host again.
Great. Okay, because I need to add a couple of guys. Okay, in the meantime, we
Yeah,
had
sure.
few of the questions in the chat box. So I'll be taking only one question at the moment because we are already running out of time. It's going to end within three
Oh, I'm
minutes.
sorry.
It's fine. It's perfect. It's perfect. Could you please turn on your video? Because I'm going to give your
Yeah,
the
sure.
focus. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Devabrata is asking that they are thinking of an idea that is playing in VR with mind control, which may be useful for many kind simulation works. Is there any extended possibility?
Can you please repeat what control?
Mind control. They want to control
Mind
with
control.
mind.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I believe that a lot of people are fantasizing about it, and the imagination works so hard. Um, I think it's possible for the future. I have seen several solutions on the recent conferences before the quarantine, for sure. They had the like it seemed like a mind control, but still it was the analyzing of your gaze, of your eyes and your movements, and then they can predict the behavior of a user and they can simulate this mind control, but still we'll see, who knows, maybe we will integrate some nerves inside of our brain or something.
Well, I know for a
Who knows?
sure, I know for a sure, I know a company based out of South Korea. They are actually ex-scientists. What they have done, they have created rings. So with the rings, you can actually do the gesture control. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's connected with your AR glass. It's connected with your VR device. I know a couple of guys who are manufacturing wireless VR device. Maybe after the conference, I mean, after the speech, I'll share you a few of the snapshots. We actually manufactured one from Taiwan. It works, but
Oh.
not that perfect like HoloLens or any other stuff. Uh,
Oh, sure. Yeah, they work a lot on the different wearables like
yeah,
rings or costumes or gloves or some helmets or something like that, but still it's not a mind control, right?
yeah,
I guess that the next step will be the eye lenses and
yeah.
then maybe something more integrated into the brain.
So mind control is a different kind of stuff. It's I'm not sure at the moment anybody,
Totally different.
yeah, anybody have done it yet. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Daria. Thank you for the excellent presentation. I can't see any other question at the moment. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that we can see you again and again. And with a warm welcome, we can. I mean, I can ask you to come here in India, maybe once the pandemic is over.
Wow, that will be great.
Yeah. And once it is over, if I'm there in Kiev, I've been there a couple of times. In fact, in games gathering, I'm supposed to be there. Certainly,
Cool.
certainly, we can explore more possibilities. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you, audience, for being patient and asking so much cool questions. Thank you, Daria. Thanks for your
Thank you,
time.
guys.
Stay
Thank you.
safe.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.